All right, you guys, for today's Form Friday, we are going to talk about lunges, because lunges are done all the time, right? You do them if you're doing a strength training workout, you do them if you're doing like a total body workout, you do them when you're going to Orange Theory, you do them when you're going to yoga. We're doing lunges a lot, so if we're not doing them correctly, there's a lot of room for error, and if we're doing them in an incorrect way over and over and over again, we could be doing more harm than we are doing good. So let's just break it down from the ground up. So when you come into a lunge position, let's say you're holding 2 dumbbells in your hands and you just want to do static lunges. When you come down, we're basically looking for 2 90-degree bends in our knees. So my knee is over my ankle and I've got a 90-degree bend back at my back knee. In addition to this 90-degree ankle, we don't want our knee to move forward too much towards our toes. Take out any yoga of this. So strength training specific. We want to move up and down, driving through our front heel, keeping our shoulders stacked over our hips. Now, the other thing that I want to point out is from the front, because this is something we see a lot, is that when we're lunging, our front knee goes in and it collapses. So I want you to think about your knee opening out towards your pinky toe, and I want you to think about your outer calf and your outer thigh being in the same line. So that's alignment from the ground up. What I also want to talk about is the depth of the lunge. So anytime you guys have seen me talk about alternating jump lunges, I tell you to get down low. Of course, the same applies with a regular static lunge or a walking lunge. I'll switch legs. When you just do like a half rep and you only go a little bit down, notice where you feel that. I'm mainly feeling it right here in the front of my legs, my quadricep. If I go even lower, that's where I start to feel my glute and my inner thighs working. So I know a lot of you guys, you're not necessarily looking to build up really big quads, right? But you do want to build your butt and you do want to tone up your inner thighs. If that's the case for you, make sure you're getting down nice and low in your lunges. Now, another thing I want to point out is, and I learned this from my friend Sarah, rarely, unless I'm doing walking lunges, I do not do forward lunges. There's just a lot of room for error there. With the knee, it can collapse in, you can be too short, you can be too long. So what I like to do is always do reverse lunges, whether they're alternating or static. So coming back, then you have a little bit more control over that front leg. There's less room for error with the back knee. So again, this would be an alternating lunge, and this would be a static lunge. But if you're doing alternating lunges, I would encourage you to always go with the reverse rather than moving forward. And one more thing I would like to point out is not just the placement of the knee, not letting it collapse in, but making sure that your toes are pointing forward. So if you come into a lunge and your knee or your toes are pointing in, then your knee is going to follow as well, and then everything is going to be messed up from the ground up. And I see this a lot in yoga. So when you're doing those lunges, make sure that toe is pointing straight ahead, like at 12 o'clock. You're going down and up. Find the depth. Get down low. Stack the joints. Knee over ankle. Shoulders over hips. And look for that 90-degree bend in the back knee. And then one more point to just really drive home. When you're doing your lunges, really press through the front heel. Drive through that front heel. That's how you're gonna get that maximum glute activation. And I know that's what you really want. So good luck with your lunges, you guys. I hope this helps. I hope it makes a difference. I'll talk to you soon.